This is Dr. Jordan Fairley with Source Sessions, education designed to empower your health and healing. In this video, we're going to go over shin splints, one of the most common and frustrating leg injuries for anybody starting a new exercise routine, especially in runners. We're going to go over the common cause of shin splints and give you 4 key things you can start to do today to help prevent and promote the healing process. So shin splints, also known as anterior tibial stress syndrome or medial tibial stress syndrome, is pain felt on the lower third of the tibia bone, the shin bone. How this occurs is typically from going from 0 to 100 real quick. What do I mean by that? All of a sudden you were sitting on the couch one day eating a bag of Doritos, and the next day, oh, I got super excited about playing basketball or soccer or tennis or started a new exercise running routine. And the demands that we start placing on the tibia bone exceed the stress reaction that our body can place and heal the tibia. So we get an inflammation of the periosteum or outer layer of the tibia that are due to excess demands of stress. So some common misdiagnoses for shin splints are an inflammation of the interosseous membrane between the tibia and the fibula, a strain of the posterior tibialis, which goes down the back of the leg and inserts into the bottom of the foot, and most importantly is a stress fracture. So shin splints are typically felt upon starting exercise and go away after exercise and are in a more diffuse area. Stress fracture typically does not go away after you stop the exercise, are in a more localized or pinpoint area. How to diagnose a stress fracture is through a specific x-ray of the bone where you're able to see an actual legitimate crack in the tibia. So make sure you don't have a stress fracture, but if it is shin splints, we're gonna talk about 4 key things you can start to do to help promote the healing process. The first thing is going to be changing our running gait. The next one is gonna be myofascial release. The third one is going to be a strengthening routine, and the fourth one is get under chiropractic care. So the first one, changing our running cycle. So many runners are commonly coming down with shin splints, and this is due to an overstriding. So their foot is landing in front of their center of gravity or in front of their hips. This puts most of the stress and strain on that tibia bone. So one of the common ways you can see if you are overstriding is when you're running, take a look down. See, when my foot hits the ground, is it landing in front of my hips or directly under my hips? Most likely, you're overstriding. Another way to change your running is to run on softer surfaces. So start running on dirt or grass. Because if we're playing basketball on a hard court or tennis on a hard court or running on pavement, that's going to increase the ground reaction forces from the ground up our tibia and increase the stress on that tibia bone. So there you got it. The first key, change our running gait and run on softer surfaces. The next one is going to be doing myofascial release. So we're talking about stretching and foam rolling the back part of your leg. Why the back part? The big calf muscles, the soleus, your posterior tibialis, can get really tight and pull on the front part of your tibia bone, again, increasing the stress on the tibia. So one of the ways you can see here is by doing what is known as a downward dog stretch, most common in yoga, to really stretch the back part of your calf and soleus muscle. We can also use a foam roller or a clean canteen bottle or a trigger point release to really help roll out and break up those tight muscle tissues on your soleus and your calf. Another stretch to really stretch out the front part of your shin is to go in a kneeling position, have your feet tucked long ways and lean back onto your heels to really feel the stretch on the front part of your shin. So there you got it. Myofascial release on the back part of your thigh or leg and stretching. The third thing is going to be strengthening exercises. We really want to strengthen the anterior tibialis muscle. So how we're going to do this is by walking on our heels for up to 50 yards at a time, and you'll really start to feel it on the front part of your shin. Or if you're at work or in the car or sitting for a long period of time, do toe raises. So tuck your feet back and just continue to raise your toes, and after about 30 to 50 of those, you will really start to feel it on the front part of your shin. Because we want to offset how tight the muscles are in the back part of your leg with the strength of the muscles on the front part of your leg. So there you got it, strengthening exercises. Another one I want to mention with these, another little bonus gift for you guys, is using heat, not ice. I know, crazy, right? All the research these days are changing away from heat or away from ice, which basically just numb the area, to heat. Think heat heals. Heat is going to promote blood flow to the area, increase lymphatic drainage, increase phagocytes and white blood cells to really break up any of that broken down tissue and replenish and regenerate new tissue. So heat heals. The fourth thing is getting under chiropractic care. Why? We really want to make sure that you have good range of motion in your ankle as well as your pelvis. So if we think about the pelvis, if there's any sort of unleveling or you have a misalignment of those joints with every single step, people take roughly 80 to 90 steps per minute while they're walking or running. You're going to load one side more than others, and over time we're going to have compensation injuries leading typically on one leg. Shin splints are usually on one leg, and if so we're loading one side more than the other, we're going to get that compensation injury. Also, making sure that we have proper dorsiflexion, so that toe towards your knee motion of the ankle mortise joint. A lot of times people who have shin splints have a decrease in dorsiflexion of the ankle mortise, which is going to cause an increased stress of the tibia bone. So there you go. Increasing range of motion, proper motion of your pelvis and your ankle, as well as, not to mention, the number one reason for chiropractic care is to have a greater effect on the nervous system, improving the brain and body connection, body and brain connection. So there you go. My 4 key things you can start to do today to help promote the healing process and prevent shin splints. If you like the information provided, please comment below, share with your friends, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video on Source Sessions.